Hey there. I wanted to reach out one more time because Sunday is the deadline for the online course for the bonus, not the course. You can get the course anytime you want, but the bonus the $120 bonus, the deadline is Sunday. So hopefully you know what that is by now. If you don't know, you can give us a call. It is great value. Students, anybody that uses it, anybody that has used it, they love it. Some people are a little bit intimidated by it because they don't want to be, whatever reason, but they don't need to be intimidated. It's there to help. And everything that we're doing is we're trying to get people to, you didn't sign up for the clinic because you want to stay where you're at. You signed up for the clinic because you want to move forward. You want to do something. So the clinics are full. There's a waiting list, and it got me off the fence. And I go, hey, I got some time on my hands right now. Let's do something. So I'm reaching out to remind you about that, to let you know that Sunday you can get that bonus, but you can sign up after if you want to. And the other thing that I want to do is every time that I sit down and do one of these videos, if I'm going to take the time to do one of these videos, I want to make a commitment to you that I am going to give you something of value. So I'm going to give you some information, something to think about, some kind of a tip of some sort that will help your horsemanship. It can help a lot of other things. So what I've chosen today to talk about is something that I had no idea about. I've been around horses my whole darn life. I've been around guys that have been around horses their whole life. They've been doing lots of stuff with horses, and what I come to find out, just because you've been around horses, it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Sad to say, but they've been around horses forever, and they didn't know the 80-20 rule. I call it my 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is 80% of what we get from a horse, good or bad, is directly due to me, what I'm doing. So the good, I get to pat myself on the back, and the bad, I get to kick myself in the butt, however you want to look at it. 20% is the horse, but I actually spent years, and I was learning from all these other guys that have been around horses, and I could tell by the way they talked and the way everybody acted and stuff, it was nothing to do with them. Like, it never dawned on me that it had anything to do with me, because it didn't dawn on them that it had anything to do with them. And I could have went to my grave with this idea that, well, this horse likes to pull back, and that one's hard to catch, and this one you can't get in a trailer, and you just think, and we just keep thinking, oh, it's a horse, it's the horse, it's the horse. He doesn't like to get in the trailer. The horses don't get all these things until we come along. Why do some horses go in the trailer and some horses don't? Why does the horse that wouldn't go in the trailer for that particular person suddenly will go in the trailer for this particular person? It's the 80-20 rule. It is 80% to do with us and 20% to do with the horse. Thank goodness I learned this before it was, any more years went by, because if you go with it's all the horse thing, it's just we wash our hands of it and go, oh, it's the horse, it's the horse, it's the horse. It's not the horse. And so thank goodness I got the 80-20, because now I know that I have a huge effect, and I have what happens with the horse is so much to do with me, it isn't funny. So every little tidbit of thing that I can learn, and every little bit of skill that I gain, my horse is just getting better. And I see it every year, every winter, every week I spend with my horses, they're getting better. The little horse that we're playing with in the video on the online course, he's had 5 sessions with me before we started videoing the horse. And just the little 10-minute snippets that we spend with him every day, he's getting a little bit better just in the little time we spend. Just 10 minutes and we kick him out. We do a little 10-minute video with him, and we do some little thing, and just because the release teaches, this horse gets better. But if I didn't have this 80-20 rule figured out, that wouldn't happen, because I just go, oh, whatever he is what he is. So perspective has a huge thing. My perspective was that, blah, blah, blah at that time. So my perspective has changed immensely, and I do these talks all over the place. The horsemanship has taken me to doing, like, I get asked to do talks. It's crazy. I don't know how that I know how it works. But anyways, I learned so much from horses and doing the horsemanship and stuff like this. But I have ended up talking for colleges. I do these team building and leadership training and self-improvement stuff. And people will hire me at colleges. Hospitals have hired me. The richest family in Canada has hired me, and sometimes it'll be a 2-hour talk, sometimes it'll be a 2-day talk, and I've done them in the United States, and I've done them across Canada, I've done them over in South America, different places. And one of the talks I do is about perspective. So I thought I'm going to give you a little snippet about perspective, and I wanted to preamble there about the 80-20 rule to if I was to hang on to the fact that horses are just, it was just whatever the horse did is their problem, and it was them, and I didn't, and then there's a guy over here that had the 80-20 rule. The guy that has the 80-20 rule and the person that's over here that says that no, it's just all about horses, they're going to get completely different results with horses, because they're not even, the one that says, well, that's just the way that horse is, they're not even looking for an answer. They've washed their hands of everything. So, well, this horse is like that and that horse is like this. So they're always looking for a good horse. And the more we know, the more good horses there are. There's a good horse behind every tree, the more we know. So thank goodness that perspective happened. But that's only one of a bazillion perspectives. And then during the course, I talk about this, that, and the other thing that are perspectives on things, because our perspectives come from a lot of places. And I know that I can give the best skills, the best techniques, the best equipment, I can do the best everything for someone. But if their perspective is funky, they're not going to get results like they could have. And so I see that in clinics, and I go, boy, that guy's perspective, he's going to get a lot done. You know, and that guy over there, he's going to have troubles because his perspective is really getting in the way of getting somewhere with a horse. So you can have completely different perspectives. So one of the questions I ask is, how important is perspective? When I get doing these courses or whatever, I say, how important is perspective? And everybody goes, oh, I don't know. And they start thinking. They don't have to answer any questions, but they just got to think about it. Then I go, does perspective equal your reality? So the perspective that you have, is that going to be your reality? Is that going to create your reality? And then, does your reality equal your truth? So this becomes true to you now because this is your perspective. And then I say, is perspective a choice? Do you have a choice in your perspective on things? So then I say, can two people witness or experience some event, something? Can two people sitting side by side witness something and have completely different perspectives of what just happened? Can one person be doing something and somebody else is watching it, and even though they were witnessing it, one person was actually doing it, one person was just watching it, can they have completely different perspectives on what just happened? The exact same thing happened, but they have, can they have completely different perspectives? And you could probably tell by the way I'm acting. Yes, they can have completely different perspectives. So their reality is, each of them have their own reality and each of them have their own truth. Have you ever had a perspective that you've changed? Was there ever a time when you had a perspective and you changed that perspective? You went, no, jeepers, that's not good. Have you ever had a perspective that was just not working out for us? Have you ever had a perspective that you wished you would have changed a long time ago? Because man, it's just gotten in the way of so many things when you look back. Do you have any perspectives now, by chance, possibly, that are not serving you to the utmost? I don't know if you do or don't, but it's just a question. It's questions to ponder, and I know that people's perspective around horses can absolutely, because there's so many perspectives about horsemanship, and 20 years of teaching and thousands of horses later, I've changed a lot of perspectives on a lot of things. But I watch people come into a clinic or come into a situation with a perspective that holds them back. Does our perspective affect the people around us? Does it affect our life and how our life will look going down the road? And does it affect the people around us? So my perspective about the 80-20 rule, I got that, thank goodness, I got the 80-20 thing figured out before I had children. So my children, when they come around, they got around me and they got around horses and stuff, they got the 80-20 rule. They live by that 80-20 rule. We live by it in a lot of areas, like most just about everything, whatever's going on in my world. I try to take 80% of the pats on the back and 80% of the kicks in the butt. So if it isn't going good, I'll own that too. So perspective to me is a huge thing. So I finish off by saying, watch your words because they become your thoughts, and your thoughts become your perspective. Your perspective becomes your reality, and your reality becomes your truth, which could possibly be completely not true. If the perspective I had about the 80-20 rule when I was 100% horse's problem, That was completely not true. It's not true. It is absolutely not true, because you can take a horse that somebody's having nothing but troubles with and give it to somebody else, and like Shazam, it's all of a sudden, what happened? Where did this great horse come from? So there's so many things in our horsemanship that that is like that. There's just so many beliefs and perspectives that people have around horsemanship. So it's something fun to think about. It's something you could talk about your riding buddies. It's somebody you can have this conversation with your family about anything, and consider our perspectives, and are they doing the most for us? You know, our beliefs about this, that, and the other thing, are they doing the most for us? Are they holding us back? Are they propelling us forward? Our beliefs around horsemanship and what we should do and shouldn't do, and what steps should we take and shouldn't take, are they absolutely benefiting you to the most? Anyways, I hope that's interesting for you, and I hope you have the perspective that you need to get this online course, you need to get going, because you guys didn't join into this, you didn't sign up for the clinics just to sit around and twiddle your thumbs all summer. I hope that the end of the summer doesn't hit and you went, oh darn, I wish 6 months have went by, and I sure wish I would have signed up for that thing and got going. If you don't, and we only see you in a clinic, fantastic. I'm gonna love seeing you in the clinic. I'm gonna love helping you as much, and I honor that decision absolutely, because not everybody can do everything they want. We've got people already signed up that are gonna do both. They're doing the clinic, they left their money in the clinic, and they're gonna do the online course. We got some people that said, well, I'm just gonna do the online course because I can get started right now. We don't know when the clinics are coming. So whatever the decision is, I honor it. It's awesome. Super. We're good to go on that, and I'm going to try to keep to my commitment. What if this camera darn thing comes on and I sit down here and do this? I am going to try to give you something that is beneficial, something you can use somewhere, somehow, with your horsemanship. So thanks for watching.